welcome to the first episode of Rice and Beans.
Oh.
I am Feast, and here I got Shu. Say hello.
Hello.
All right. So we don't really know what we're doing. We're gonna be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself so people kind of get to know who they're listening to?
Hi, my name's Shu. Yeah, I'm not really good at anything, but not bad. So, one of those guys. Thinks he knows too much. And, yeah, I'm sure over the course of the time we'll get to see how much and how little I know.
All right. Well, I'm Feast, and I had this idea to make a podcast without actually having any topics to think about or talk about, so see how this goes. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with what you did this week. How about that? We'll start with kind of how was your week? Let's go with that.
It wasn't too crazy. I mean, really, like, the stupidest thing that happened was I just every day I realize I hate people more and more.
Oh my God, the news. The news these days are terrible.
It's just terrible. How do you live doom and gloom? I'm just one of those people who look for something funny out of something, for the love of God. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I had roughly about the same week, except adding in a job that I don't have. I'm not my own employee, so I don't get to stream for a living.
Who does that? It's not a living.
I know, right?
It's not a living. It's a passion project.
If you make more than $20 a month, it's a living.
The math checks out. Yeah, according to the IRS, you're right.
Yeah, just nothing too crazy this week, I guess, since, well, we're still in quarantine and the COVID is still going.
The COVID
is still going. That's right.
The undisputed champ of asshole, the COVID.
Yes. It's so lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
To date this, it's what, February 2nd?
3rd.
It's February 3rd,
yes.
2021, and it's almost been a year since we've been in lockdown.
Since Batman made his appearance.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. All right. So I have a little interesting thing to ask you. Have you been paying attention to anything about SpaceX or anything like that?
No.
I just heard this on a YouTube video, and I thought it was interesting that their SN9 prototype exploded on landing.
Aren't they supposed to land straight up?
Yes, they are.
So I see the issue then. All right.
Oh, yes. They had the SN9 and the SN10 kind of like right next to each other. I don't think SN10 is ready yet, but from this little article I read after hearing it from a YouTube video, it went up to space. Oh, it didn't go up to space. It went up into the air.
It kissed space.
Yes, it gave it a little love tap. It floated there for a little bit, and then it descended back down. And while it was descending back down, they were trying to do the whole, like, we're turning on our thrusters, we're going to re-angle it and everything. And as they were doing that, it just fell to the ground, and the camera zooms out, and it's just a giant fucking explosion on the ground.
Oh, I got to look up a video now. I have to see this.
I believe it was on trending. Yeah. SpaceX has the Starship SN9 high altitude flight test. It was streamed a day ago. Oh yeah. It's very interesting.
Oh. Where the fuck did they launch these things? In the fucking desert?
Texas. I don't know. Texas? Maybe.
Looks like like, if you took the ocean out, it looks like fucking Tatooine, dude. It's like
It was filmed in the same area.
Yeah. My bad. I apologize.
Pan to the right a little bit. You'll see a Jabba the Hutt's palace.
That's actually just my bedroom window. Thanks.
Okay. Yes. They have an interesting thing at the end of the video where they're like, they try to turn it in a positive way. It's like, oh yes, we got a lot of valuable information from this, and SN10 will go perfectly, so we can start sending people to Mars and everything. And I don't know, it's weird.
So that's the whole purpose of this, is to get people to Mars. That's what these rockets will do.
Yes, they're testing the rockets for space travel and everything like that, and so that they can land safely, not explosively, on Mars to like try to colonize or whatever they're doing up there. Fucking Martians.
Growing potatoes out of poop.
Ah, yes. I love that movie.
Shout out to Maddie David.
Yeah.
Would you seeing this, would you sign up? Like, if you were an astronaut, would you be the guy that's like, fuck it, I'll be the first one on Mars?
Absolutely not. They don't have Google Fiber. They do not have any internet up there. I don't know what I would do.
Go ahead.
I would say that I would go just to get away from humanity and the shit that's been going on here. But at the same time, I don't know if I could be in something that exploded,
Oh, that's, ugh. What was it, like Apollo 11? Was that the one that got lost? Like, it didn't have enough fuel to come home? Was that the one? One of the Apollos, I can't remember. But one of them had to, like, slingshot around the fucking moon to come home. And it took them, like, I think it was like a week to figure out that they could do this. And so the whole time, because, like, the trip back then to the moon took, like, a week. So they were there for 3 days longer than they were. I couldn't fucking imagine. Like, fuck blowing up. Can you imagine dying in fucking space? Jesus Christ. No fucking I ain't doing that. I'd rather blow up.
Google the Apollo.
Yeah.
Lost in Space, and they just came up with the song, so I don't know. Lost or Apollo 11 or Apollo Slingshot. How about that? Back to Earth. Apollo.
What if you just look up Apollo missions that went wrong?
Well, there's the one that exploded, right?
I mean,
with the teacher aboard.
It was not. That was a space shuttle. That was okay. It wasn't Apollo 11. What about 12?
I think it was. Was it 13, or was that the one that exploded?
I don't know. Either way, one of them did fuck up, and it was. I could not imagine, dude. Apollo 1 was the one that blew up, apparently.
I think, going off of Google, which is, the perfect place to find facts and everything, right? It says Apollo 13, maybe?
It was launched in April 11th, blah, blah, blah.
Apollo 13 was the third attempt to land humans on the moon and the first to fail. 56 hours into the mission, when the crew was more than a decent amount of miles above the Earth, 200,000. An explosion within the Apollo service module's oxygen tank disabled the primary spacecraft, forcing the crew to take shelter in the attached lunar module. Unable to land, the crew of Apollo 13 changed their course to rapidly slingshot around the moon and return to Earth. 3 days after the accident, the astronauts safely re-entered Earth's atmosphere and splashed down in the Pacific Ocean. Is that the one that you're thinking of?
Yeah, I just had the dates messed up. Like, fuck that. You're choking to death in a fucking can in space. No way.
Yeah, you gotta sniff each other's farts to survive.
I never thought about that. Like, how do you designate a poop corner in a fucking lunar pod that's barely big enough for two people? Jesus Christ.
Who knows?
Have you never heard of that? Like if you're
No.
if you're stuck in an elevator, you got to designate a poop and like basically a bathroom corner.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that way you don't go diddling around and rummaging through waste.
Nah, this is why you always keep a Ziploc bag on hand, Shu. All right?
Wait, so you poop enough to fill up a Ziploc bag, or how many poops would it take?
It's just 1 gallon bag, you know, and you use it over time. It's fine.
I just keep a gallon baggie with all my sin in it. No big deal.
yeah. After a while, you know, you just turn it into fertilizer, and you're good to grow any flowers you want.
I didn't know North Korea showed back up here. What the fuck? North Koreans got sick. They got sick because they were fertilizing with like untreated human shit.
Just like Maddie.
I mean, yeah, but his was treated like it's like a horrible number. It's like an absurd amount of people in North Korea that have like parasitic worms linked to like human feces. And it's just like, god damn. You know how all those old fuckers always tell you be thankful for your health? That's one of the moments where I realized, fuck, I'm pretty good.
Yeah. In other news though, this one's a little bit, I guess you could say, sadder, but at the same time it's pretty cool. They gave they gave a Golden Globe, or he was nominated one. Chadwick Boseman was nominated one for his role in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I don't know what that is, but
the fuck?
I just think it's interesting that, you know, they have these awards that could still go to people who have passed away. And I don't know. This is just something that I found while looking for topics. And I was like, yes, Black Panther.
Are they ever going to make another Black Panther?
I believe they are, but I just don't know where they're going to go with it.
I can't do it. I can't. It's just Iron Man is fucking Robert Downey Jr. Captain America is the dude with the good chin. And like that movie was so good. I can't see. It's like the whole Blade thing, right? Like Wesley Snipes played Blade so well that as soon as you put someone else in it, it's not going to be as good. It's not. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask, you don't think the actor who played Cottonmouth is gonna do an okay job?
I'm gonna give it a shot, but dude, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was a kid when all the Blade movies came out, but like those were like the first badass superhero movies that I saw, and it took me forever to realize he was a superhero. I thought he was just some fucking badass motherfucker. No.
I'm interested to watch the new Blade movie, or either it's a series or it's a movie that's coming out. But I agree where it's like Wesley Snipes, he is Blade. Like it's hard to get rid of that image, just like how Iron Man is Robert Downey, or things like that. We'll go. I can't think of actors right now.
But it's definitely it's to me it's different, right? Because what was the one with Heath Ledger's Joker? The Batman Rises or something like that? I can't remember. But they were like, oh, he's the best Joker. And then it's just like, dude, there have been a lot of good Jokers. I got a sneaking suspicion someone else can pick it up too. But motherfucker, ain't no one fucking with Wesley Snipes. The dude, I think he might actually be Blade. I'm not entirely sure. He's
Blade in movies and in real life.
Yeah, like he was just, this is what I do on a fucking Wednesday. Let's make a movie about it. Okay.
You should check out his Twitter, where every once in a while he'll just be like hashtag like Blade or something like that, like bring back Blade or something like that.
I am Blade forever. When someone asks, who could you be the next Blade? You already know there's only one Blade, fam.
Just like there's only one Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. No one can tell me otherwise.
See, I was on that boat too, and then what is it? Tom Holland. That one wasn't bad.
He's not bad. I'll give him that. But like at the same time, I miss Tobey Maguire. Like I can see how people say Tom Holland is, say, like the perfect Spider-Man in ways, because he's good at playing both roles. Whereas Tobey Maguire, at least the script that they gave him, he was really only good at playing Peter Parker. And then every once in a while, in my opinion, I think Spider-Man 3, which is, okay, I agree, not a great movie. It's not the best to be quoting right now, but like it's the one where I think it shows him being a decent Spider-Man as well, you know? Like, I think he was more Spider-Man in that movie than he was Peter Parker.
I would agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I still, in my mind, whenever I think of Spider-Man, I just imagine Tobey Maguire swinging on his web, hitting that billboard.
Hitting William Dafoe clean in the mouth.
Yeah. Yes, don't tell Harry. The final line from William Dafoe. It's Spider-Man 1. We got to rewatch those.
I do.
It has to happen.
I really do. There's a whole bunch of movies I gotta fucking go back to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The first 3 I need to watch are Blade, obviously.
Oh, of course. I'll be right there. Blade 1 and then intermission with Righteous Gemstones.
Oh my god, don't even get me started on that show. I fucking love it. Like, dude, if you haven't seen this and you're like the 4 people who listen to this, go watch it. Like, for the love of God. It's so fucking funny. Danny McBride, Tropic Thunder, the pyrotechnics dude who's always blowing shit up, that's Danny McBride. He's like the executive producer and the creator of this show. And I went in fully expecting him to be like this, like easy, the MVP character of this series. He's like third best, and I'm being 100. I love Danny McBride. I love everything he's done. I've been a huge fan of Eastbound and Down, and this is the end because he has like a pretty big role in that one. But he is easy like third best in that entire show. Plus, it has John Goodman. What? John Goodman only works on masterpieces. I'll have you know.
All of the things he just mentioned, I haven't seen any of those.
You haven't seen Tropic Thunder? The Panda Killer?
It is one of those things where, like, I've heard of it. I know that I should probably see it, but I just haven't had the time to go see it. I've been too busy watching all these weird TV shows, you know? And old Teen Titans, because HBO Max has old Teen Titans. And how can you say no to that? Like,
you're not wrong. I've been trying to get Ava to watch it with me. She likes it, but we get caught up in everything else. HBO Max is just too fucking good. So good.
It is. It is one of my favorite streaming platforms right now. And I think the worst right now is Amazon Prime, just because there's nothing on it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, every once in a while you'll find a gem or two, but like, as of right now, they haven't released anything. And I understand COVID has an issue with that, but I don't know. Even Netflix has new things coming out right now.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I do agree. Amazon's the worst. That one, I'm not entirely sure on.
If it wasn't for my free Twitch gaming sub and the boys, I probably wouldn't have Amazon Prime, because I don't really order anything from Amazon either. So they're lucky. They're lucky they give me one free sub.
Well, I mean, okay, so I had to go look just because none of them. I'm ashamed. I forgot to mention the Grand Tour is pretty cool. If you even have a slight fascination with cars, definitely not too bad. Dude, Grand Tour, super funny. The boys, great. Yep. Oh, they have MXC. Right away, I'm in.
Oh my god.
Right away, I'm in.
MXC, huh?
Yes, it's never bad.
The biggest racist show that ever aired.
Get the fuck out of here! The biggest racist show. Get out of here! It ain't racist. They had people pretending they pretended to be everyone. So you can't be racist if you pretend to be everyone.
Oh yeah, is that how it works now?
What? How is it racist to want to be someone? How? Explain this to me.
I don't know. Like, those accents, they didn't really work out, you know.
They never did like the stereotypical like Asian American accent. They never did that. It was always just like all right, well, here we go. It was always like a white person voice, right? Like they weren't trying to do anything except for some reason, because, you know, you got to remember the time. So when this was going on, it was like during like the whole Iraq shit, like the second go around of that, the Iraqi war. So anytime they threw like the popular name they threw around was Baba Ganoush. They would like throw like the stereotypical Middle East accent. Like, that's as bad as it got. It's not like they came in and like all the L's were R's and shit. It's really good. It's really good. And Takashi's Castle is pretty good too. So I'm, you know, just both are good. Therefore, I'm okay with it.
I will say it is funny. It is fun to watch, but for me, I just can't.
You are unswayed.
I just can't, like, I can watch maybe like 3 episodes at a time, but then after that, it's like I have to take a break from it before I go back.
I have to take a break from what? Sorry, my headphones cut out.
MXC?
Yeah.
I can watch like 3 episodes, and then I have to take a break from it, and then maybe later I'll go back to it.
I get that. I watched it when I was a kid with my brother, and we thought it was hilarious. And then me and Ava started watching it because I got a couple seasons on DVD, and she was laughing her ass off. She didn't get any of the jokes, but it was just funny to watch these poor fuckers just go running out and just like completely bash their skeleton for basically nothing. It was like, I don't know. I guess it's all the bonding that I associate with it to why it's probably better in my head.
Early age Wipeout.
Oh, dude, Wipeout can't even hold a candle to this. This was...
the commentary on this one is just better. It's just completely better than Wipeout, or like, was American Ninja Warrior or something like that? I don't know.
Ninja Warrior was pretty cool, and then like all the hipsters got a hold of it, and then the CrossFit people showed up, and it just turned into like a total, like, you know, hipster jerk off time. It was just like, I could hang on my fingertips for 30 minutes, and it's just like, when are you ever gonna need that? I could chug a bottle of maple syrup in like 2 minutes, but is that effective? No, so shut up and sit down. No one cares.
Why would you ever chug syrup?
Have I never showed you that video?
Oh, please don't.
I had a high school, it was like my senior project, and at the time Epic Mealtime was like huge, and so we did like our little version of it, and I remember the scene from fucking Super Troopers where they're like chugging maple syrup, and I was like, dude, we could do that. And so I convinced one of my other buddies, and dude, it was fun, but the vomiting that took place afterwards was like the nastiest thing I've done to this day. Like, it was just like, it never broke up. So when I threw it up, all of it came back up at one time. I thought I was gonna fucking drown standing up.
How thick was it? Just to give people a little bit of more detail.
It was the exact same coming up as it was going down, dude. It was just
no.
Like I said, it didn't, like, usually when you throw up, right, like you get like a break where you can like cough and take a breath. This was not it. You would cough and then maple syrup continued to come out of your fucking throat. It was terrible.
Ugh, no, thank you.
Yeah, it was not fun. And it never sinks into the ground either. Because, like, you know, I went to high school out in the sticks, so we just, like, ran into the back of this dude's property, who we were filming at, and just threw it all up. And I think for, like, 4 days, there was just maple syrup vomit just chilling back there.
Didn't even take a hose to it, huh?
No. He had, like, 4 acres, so...
Oh, so no one's found it, huh?
Yeah, you smelled it. You never found it, you know? It was just stomach acid and dirty-ass maple syrup. No, I'm good. You're gonna make me throw up. Hold on. I'm gonna take another drink of my Mike's Hard Strawberry Lemonade over here. Ugh.
The only reason why I'm drinking this is because, well, I don't have anything else to drink. We ran out of water bottles.
Is your city another one of those cities that has terrible tap water?
It's not terrible. But at the same time, it's like, I don't trust it. I've gotten sick off of tap water before, and I'd rather not have that happen again. Yeah. You never gotten like a stomach bug from like tap water?
No.
Oh, man. I drank tap water once, and it was just like the worst shits you've ever had, because it would be like that feeling where like, you're holding back your shit, so your asshole is just all tightened up and everything, but then when you go take a shit, nothing comes out. Like you can't get it out, so you stand back up and then you get that feeling again, so you sit back down and then it's just like a waterfall that comes through.
I feel that.
Just like little bits of food. It was just all water pretty much. My body was just like super dehydrated afterwards. It was the worst feeling ever. I don't recommend it. Don't drink drink tap water if you think it's safe or if you have a filter on it, but I just can't. Never again.
I've never heard of anyone getting sick from tap water.
Not even the people who drink like the lead tap water.
I mean, that's like most of America. That's something to look up if you're in for like a shocking revelation. I'm in one of the states where like 90% of the pipes that carry drinkable water are lead. And let me tell you, drinking a gallon of water a day, I am going to be having a terrible time when I'm 90 and I'm shaking and can't remember my name.
But hey, at least you're a little bit more resistant to radiation, right?
Send me into the fucking elephant foot room in Chernobyl. I got this.
I'm
qualified.
Needs no hazmat suit.
I'll take 10 steps in there, forget who I was, and walk back out and give everyone a hug, and everyone will shit their pants. Oh my God!
Yeah, especially not during these times, shit. There's COVID going on.
Go ahead. Go ahead, do it. I don't care. Give me a hug with your COVID.
All right. So, did you play any more 76 last night, or was it still broken? Because
no,
you've been getting back into that game.
Yeah.
And have you been enjoying it, or even with the bugs?
It was a pretty stupid bug, so I'm not like too upset about it. But I felt guilty. Like I got all the way down to, oh Jesus, like the first little house where you meet your first little NPC, and she gives you the mission. And I felt guilty, and I was like, I should probably be doing this on stream, because I think people would want to see, what maybe like me playing it will get them back into it, and therefore, hey, more players to Fallout 76. I felt
more
bad.
People to play with.
Yeah. And then the other thing was I felt really shitty because there's like people who are like level 4,000 blah-bitty blah. Like it's not.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ. Like how much playing does that require? Like I love 76, but in the beginning there was nothing. So I'm assuming this motherfucker's been playing since the beginning for level 4,000.
They've been doing their legendary farming, getting those RMT, tax brackets and everything. Just making all the money off of it. I heard in the beginning, like we played in the beginning, and like you said, there wasn't a lot going on. Like the end game was nuking the
people's bases.
Yeah, the people's bases, and what was it, the Scorched Beast Queen or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
But the cool people nuked other people's bases that they worked real hard on.
The issue that I had with the game in the beginning is, and it's still an issue, is how you build your character. Because if you build your character wrong, you do like no damage whatsoever. So like my first character was all about hoarding shit. I was the biggest little rat that was playing it. I just grab everything I could, go back to base, drop it off. I feel like I'm about to burp. Switch servers and then do the exact same thing. Just keep like grabbing items and then bring it back. Because I didn't really do anything like combat was. But then when we went to go fight that Scorched Beast, and you know how there was like that robotic town nearby where you found like the all-star sledgehammer?
Yeah.
I could not kill anything there because I was so weak. Like all my weapons were the same level as I was. I would switch around my perk decks and everything, but because like my special skills I guess weren't that great, like I couldn't do anything compared to like how other people do it.
Wait,
I don't know.
I'm always a fan of when in doubt, big gun it out. Like those never go wrong, like ever. they really pander to the caveman people like me, where it's just like, oh, big gun, big boom, and it just works.
Yeah, and the last couple of updates, they've added more like big guns, like, and I think they buffed them, and then they nerfed like melee or something because melee was super OP.
Oh.
Yeah,
I should probably change it. I should. Well,
are you going melee right now?
Yeah, because like the character I made was like Ron Perlman. Like that's who I channeled to get this done, and I figured Ron Perlman would be a melee guy. But now I'm gonna have to come up with an excuse as to why Ron Perlman would use big guns and fuck.
You don't have to make an excuse. You already had. It's Ron Perlman. No one's gonna give a fuck of whatever he uses. It's fucking Ron Perlman.
Solid, very solid.
Like, I mean, like, yes, you can go revolvers and melee, or you can go big guns because, you know, he doesn't give a fuck about what other people think about him.
I found something out about Ron Perlman yesterday. He has a fucking disease. Let me get the name of it. But apparently it's like a disease that you get and you can't stop growing.
Gigantism?
Like, no, see, I thought it was that too. It's called acromegaly. acromegaly. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it just says when you don't stop growing. But I don't think Ron Perlman is like this gigantic human, right? Like it's the same disease fucking Andre the Giant had, or like some other. You wouldn't. I don't even know who that is. But so what the fuck grows on you? I don't get it. Like, is it like your fingers just get longer to where they're like obsessively weird? Ah, okay. So the other actor was like from a Bond movie in the 70s. He played Jaws. It was like a dude with metal teeth who could bite through shit. He was one of the main bad guys.
That's just weird.
Yeah, the human mandible. Like, what? But yeah, I didn't even know he had that, but I guess he does.
Interesting.
Yeah, that doesn't sound...
apparently, you know, it is the same thing as like gigantism from my 2-second research that I have done.
Expert analysis.
Mm-hmm. So, like in adults, so in children, it's called gigantism, but in adults, it's called acromegaly. We're really good at speaking medical terms.
Gigantism.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently it's the same thing. I don't know. I thought he was short.
That's what I thought. I was like, dude, he's maybe like 6'4" or something. Like maybe like no higher than that. And then I saw he had this disease, and I was like, fuck you. I don't think you're getting the full benefit of that disease, buddy. Like cancer, if you have cancer, you can like meet whoever you want. You can do all this cool shit. I figured if you were like gigantism, number one, the WWE would sign you to any contract you'd ever want because they'll eat that up. And two, you'd be this like physical specimen of like a fucking badass. But I don't know. I guess it comes in different shapes and sizes, and I'm not educated.
According to, you know, the little online research I've done, he's 5'11".
Jesus Christ, yeah, something went wrong here. Like I don't know. I'm just, yeah. If you tell me you have gigantism, like if I was to talk with Ron Perlman over the phone and I didn't know who he was, and he told me he had gigantism, I'm picturing like a 6'8", 6'10" human. But
maybe it's only affecting his penis, because let's be honest, he's probably got the biggest dick out there.
It only affects below the waist. He's got big old knees, and he's got a big old schlong. He's just, man's built like a hippo. Just like a fucking monster.
I really hope they bring him back for the next Fallout game as like the voiceover and everything, because I do miss that. Fallout 4 missed that touch. Fallout, did 76 have him? I don't think they did.
He wasn't the voice actor in 4?
No. They used the male character.
Generic male 1.
Well, yeah, because, you know, the female and male both had their own voice actors. I know the female one played the lady in like the Silver Rush in Fallout New Vegas. And then I don't know exactly who the male was, but I know that they used him for like the little like intro where they show like the war and everything, and then it fades to like the bathroom mirror and you make your character.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really sad he wasn't in it. I really hope they bring him back. Also, Hellboy 3 with Ron Perlman, please.
Dude, that's another person. Like, Wesley Snipes is Blade, Hellboy will forever be Ron Perlman. There's no fucking way. I didn't even watch the last one. I heard it was fucking bad from, like, everyone. Like, people who've seen it and critics, they were like, it's not good. And instantly, I didn't give a shit about it. It was like the whole Birds of Prey thing. Like, I heard that, and I was like, no thanks.
The 2019?
Yeah.
Birds of Prey wasn't too bad. Like, the story was terrible, but like the dialogue wasn't too bad in some places. Plus, Ian McGregor as a bit villain. He's got the high ground. Like, I don't know.
That's true. That's very true. I don't know, man. I guess I'm too dedicated to certain people.
I get that as well.
Oh no, it says he was in Fallout 4.
What?
Yeah, it says he was Anchorman. I don't know. That's the credit he has in Fallout 4 as Anchorman.
I'm gonna find this now. Who is Anchorman?
Wait, is he the newscaster? Like, as the nuke's coming? Well, IMDb did me no favors on that one, so I apologize.
He did the voice for whoever Butch Harris in Fallout and the newscaster in the quest War Never Changes in Fallout 4. Which I don't know what that is. Is that the beginning quest? I guess it might have been him, but I don't know. It didn't sound like him to me. That's how I'll put it.
He's a great actor, apparently. He can throw his voice.
He can either be Hellboy, he can be the narrator, he can be whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. Get this man an Oscar, my God. It moves me to tears.
Oh, man. I don't know. Just with Fallout 76, I really hope that they add more to the game right now. Like, different weapons and stuff, because right now all the high level people are doing are just farming legendaries and then selling them to like lower level characters. I still haven't beaten the new story on it, so just I wonder how that's going to be, or if you'll like it at all.
I hope so. I'd hate to see this itch that I've had to this itch that I've been having to play Fallout 76. I'd hate to see it go down the shitter.
Yeah, that wouldn't be great. Oh, one thing is, a while back on Netflix, there was a show called Doomsday Preppers, and with the whole COVID thing going on and our Fallout talk, do you know what the show's about, Doomsday Preppers?
Yeah, it was just people who had like underground bunkers and like large amounts of potable water. And they just like, they would stock up on fucking dehydrated food. Right?
Yeah, and then they like, each person like had like a specific apocalypse that they had in mind. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There was like the one where it was like, I don't know. It was just I haven't seen it, but I've heard people talk about it, and it's like different people had different strategies to take care of like different doomsdays or whatever, or how to survive. And then like one was just like, oh yeah, if the economy or like something like that just falls apart again, I've got like this bunker where I could like just sit in there and shoot people if they come near me. And then I don't know, it was so weird. There's one where it's like what if North Korea takes over or something like that.
Yeah.
This guy was going to hide in the sewers with his pregnant wife who needed, like, insulin. What?
How the fuck was he going to do that?
I don't know. That's, like, half the things of, like, the people asking questions of, well, what if this goes wrong? and they're like, oh, but it won't, because I've got like this foolproof plan. Like I know exactly how this is gonna go, and it just can't fail me, even though like they have so many flaws in their plans and stuff like that.
Big gaping hole in his plan.
You know, insulin,
sewer.
Baby.
Sewer.
Like what the fuck is going on?
That's a pretty big flaw. Like insulin and sewer, in my mind, are like the worst of that guy's thing.
He has like a hero's complex where it's like, oh yes, I will hide from North Korea if they take over, and I'll bring America back and stuff like that.
I alone.
Yeah, he alone will do it if they take down all of America, the military and all the branches and all that. I don't know.
What the fuck? I want to see the dude who called a disease that was like gonna be like kind of deadly, but like everyone panics about. Show me that guy. What did he do?
Sit at home and play video games.
Wow,
DoorDash.
These Batman games are amazing. Like goes through this like impressive catalog of games he hasn't touched on Steam.
That's pretty much what I did during quarantine. I have like over 300 games on Steam, and I just started downloading like certain ones to try them out, played them for like 5 minutes, and said, fuck that, I'm going back to Tarkov.
It's just too good, man. It's too good.
Tarkov is way too good.
It really does feel like an addiction. It's just like, I should do this. Or I could sell this metaphorical teapot for 40k rubles. It's like, it's life-changing.
Yeah, Tarkov has become one of those games where it's like, I now have it in like my schedule of, okay, I come home and I have like 3 games that I log into to grab like dailies and whatnot. It's like Tarkov first, so I can reset my hideout and start crafting stuff, sell the stuff that I made, check my insurance, and then I'll move over to like RuneScape, just like quickly get my treasure keys out of the way and see if there's like anyone on to play or do like a boss or something like that real fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go over to like Genshin Impact, where it's just grab my primo gems, do the 4 commissions, which take like 5 minutes to do, and then hop off of that game because there's nothing to do in there right now. Except for today. Today is the 1.3 update for Genshin Impact.
What does that entail?
More characters. You can spend real life money or your hard-earned primo gems of farming chests, bosses, and certain events that they have. You can wish for like new characters to play as, and then I think they added another story quest, but I'm not 100%. I've kind of fallen out on following that game. I just know that there's the update today.
There's something cool.
There's something cool. I mean, like the new character has built-in crit, even though I know you don't care about this game. He has built-in crit into his build, so like he's gonna be really high sub DPS and support or something like that. I don't know how everybody categorizes them. It doesn't make sense to me. But yeah.
I mean, fuck it. If you're into it, you're into it.
I just do those 3 every day after work, shower, come back, and then hop back onto Tarkov. That's pretty much what my day is like every day.
I feel that.
Hop onto Tarkov. I don't even play raids half the time. I just hop on and just like sit there looking at flea prices, checking key prices, see if anyone fucked up, so I could grab one for like 42k instead of 42,000 or
Yeah.
Whatever.
Trying to capitalize on someone's mistakes. I like it.
Yeah. And then I'll just be like watching YouTube or like doing research on something, watching your stream. I don't know.
Dude, that game, like I said, it's totally not fair. I think of it like, yeah, it's a pretty cool shooter, but like, I was playing Stonks before it was cool. Fuck that shit. I've just been chilling out doing all that dumb shit. Oh man, I fucking love it.
It's too good, except the quests in the game where you have to use specific. Like I just got the peacekeeping mission where it's wear like class 3 armor, which is terrible in the game.
Yeah, and
then use the M4 and kill the scavs, and it's just
you got to use a gun that's like 8 times the value of your armor. And it's just like, maybe I'll live.
you got to kill AI while there's your gun. If you don't put a suppressor on it, is so loud that anyone on the server will hear you shoot and instantly come rushing towards you because they all want to use the meta guns and everything like that. And I mean, if you have one, they're gonna want it, kind of thing. They know that you have loot on you just from that one gun.
You mentioned that, and it's so true. Like, I've been doing one mission where I gotta, like, run over and kill people with this specific get-up of, like, a vest and a shotgun and a hat. I have gotten every single shotgun back minus the sight on every single one. And every once in a while, I'm losing the silencer. And I'm like, you guys are fucking dumb. Like, you guys are really dumb. Like, this stupid thing is easily worth, like, $200K. And the silencer alone, I believe, sells to fucking... like, the in-game traders for, like, a good, I don't know, like, 30 or 40K, which is basically how much it is on the player market. And it's just, they're fucking idiots. Every last one of them are fucking idiots. Like, oh.
The thing is, people who play the game, I don't understand why they don't take the whole gun, because you have 2 main weapon slots. You have your primary weapon, and then you have one open slot. If you have another gun, that gun, if you didn't get it from another player, it doesn't have any attachments on it, is not going to be worth as much as the shotgun you just got.
Mm-mm.
And I understand the shotguns we use are super long. They don't fit in most backpacks. So just move the gun that you have to your backpack and use the shotgun. I don't understand it at all.
See, I've been going the other way. I've been making my shotguns as short as possible, and they still come back. I just don't think they want them.
Are you trying to get rid of them?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Let's be real. Like, if I had, 12 or 13 shotguns go missing, oh no. But they just keep fucking coming back.
I don't understand. I love the memers on the flea market, though, in that game. Because I have set things to the max value on the flea market just as a troll. Like, I put up a grenades case, and this thing's like, I think the max value you can do before, like, the flea market charge is crazy. It's like 3 mil. I put one up there for like 2 mil, 696,420.
Yeah.
And then I put that up yesterday, came back home today, logged on after work like I usually do, and it sold. I got 2 mil off of a grenade case. I got almost 3 mil. So I'm no longer needing money. I luckily now have a little bit of a cushion before I am back to being poor. If I just do that, 5 more times, I could build solar power, which reduces my fuel consumption in my hideout.
Fucking Christ.
I love those people who are just like, you know what, I got all this money, I could buy something like that. And it's so stupid.
I even talking about it now is like kind of having me itching to go off and play it.
Yeah, Goop, someone in our Discord was asking me earlier, like 30 minutes before 6 o'clock, was just like, hey, you want to play Tarkov? And I was like, I've got a thing at this time, so no.
I see you were also very vague about it. I was like, yeah, I got some things to do, but afterwards, if you're still on, I'll be good to play. And he's like, yeah, no problem.
For the people who later find out what we're doing, we didn't tell any of you guys because we know you guys would be salty about it.
I didn't want to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah, so we just kind of kept them down low, and eventually, maybe we'll tell you guys. We'll see. This is a little message for you guys in our Discord.
That's if they ever find it. If someone in our Discord is scrolling through Spotify podcasts and magically, oh, that's true. That's true. YouTube. If someone manages to scroll to the utmost bottom and then clicks on one called Rice and Beans, congratulations, you have found us.
Yeah, or if they even just click on it and then read the description, they'll know it's us.
You think people in our Discord read descriptions?
No, not at all. They don't even read instructions to the hamburger helper.
We had one guy eat frozen pizza rolls. He didn't even fucking care.
God.
See, that one I'm not surprised he got food poisoning from. Oh,
Now,
dude. Oh, go ahead.
No, go.
So, lately when I wake up, I kind of, like, I have, like, about an hour to myself before I have to go get Ava and do, like, all the dad shit.
What time do you wake up?
Yeah, well, Ava gets off at, like, 3:15, so I usually wake up around, like, 1:30 to 2 o'clock.
Ah, fuck you.
Yeah.
I've got to wake up at like 9 a.m. every day.
I'm trying to go back into the fucking workforce, but this is just what it is now. But like, so I've been fucking around on YouTube, and lately I've been finding these, like, what is their name? They're called Aaron and Claire on YouTube, and they're these individuals from fucking Seoul, South Korea, and it made me realize something. American fucking breakfast sucks ass. Fucking, like, these things look fucking delicious. So good. And what do we get? Captain Crunch. This motherfucker made just plain ass eggs and fucking rice look delicious. And I'm like, yeah, we don't really have anything like that. What do we got? We got like oatmeal and maybe some sugar.
Sometimes you'll get a waffle that was frozen earlier.
A box of 36 of them.
Ah, yes, Costco, the amazing store where you get to buy anything in bulk.
It really made me realize, like, American food sucks ass. This dude, it's so basic and it looks so fucking good. I should have been born in Korea or something. Like, I would have been immensely grateful.
I love Asian foods, but the same time I have an issue with them where they're too rich, and when something's too rich, you tend to not eat a lot of it.
Solid.
Which is my issue of, no offense to my mom, but her food is very rich in like flavors and everything, so it makes it really hard to eat a lot of it, even though she keeps telling me to eat more. And that's why I like American food. It's really bland. Like, it just salt. You just get salt, and it's fine for that. I can eat a shit ton of that stuff, which is why I'm so fucking fat now.
Yeah, you're American. It's what we do. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I like the breakfast that Koreans eat, but at the same time it looks so good, but it's so rich where it's so hard to eat at the same time.
They had this one, and it was like 5 Korean breakfast things. Okay, so I'm only saying this because I find it humorous, and I assume someone else would. The first one they show off is grilled cheese. I'm like, I don't think I've ever had a grilled cheese for breakfast. I don't think I'm that bold. I don't think I want to start my day off with that. And then like a couple go down the way, and eventually he comes to the egg toast, and that looks really good. But then the one after, it's like the same egg toast, but
egg toast is just French toast without the cinnamon, right?
No. So Korean egg toast is green onions, carrots, and cabbage, and like 2 eggs, and then you scramble them in like the sliced up all the other ingredients, and then you just basically cook an omelet, and it looks delicious. And then you just, he did that though. He did make the toast like French toast. Mm-hmm. So he made another one where he had his own loaf of bread that wasn't uncut, and he cuts it like 80% of the way through, and he makes this like delicious looking scrambled eggs. But instantly where I was like, oh Jesus, I'm not fucking eating that, was he made this sauce, and I shit you not, he called one the sweet sauce and then one in spicy and sweet sauce. Now, having one of my parents be Mexican, I know exactly how this next ingredient tastes. He took mayonnaise and condensed milk and mixed it together, and that was his sweet sauce. And then he took condensed milk and sriracha, and that was his sweet and spicy sauce. And I was like, all right, I can kind of get the second one. The first one I'm not really okay with. I don't know. So
I've tried mayonnaise and sriracha, which is delicious.
Yeah, it's just spicy mayo. That's what that is.
Or sriracha and ranch even is delicious. But like condensed milk, that just sounds so weird.
Right? But here's the best part. So he spreads he takes one side of that giant piece of bread and spreads each sauce on one side. Then he puts everything together. Apparently, he had like a monster bottle of that sweet sauce, and he drizzled it over the top of the sandwich. And you're like, wow, that sounds really good. Until it looked like someone jizzed on top of this man's egg sandwich. Like, it looked remarkably like jizz. And I was like, I don't think I could get with that one. That one, that's too buku for me. No, thank you. When we're done with this, I'll show you the fucking video, and I think I can just like grab a snippet.
Oh no, talking about jizz is weird way to continue.
Segue.
So I ran out of one of my podcasts I was listening to during work. I've completely caught up in all like 65 of their episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I moved over to General Sam's podcast, the Forehead podcast or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And instantly jumped into their latest episode where it's like him, I think it was Poob, and then someone else. I don't really know any of his friends' names or anything like that. And I just wanted to see if I wanted to continue listening to his stuff. So usually what I'll do is I'll just skip to the middle, because that's usually where some of his better content is from. Oh, that looks weird. You just sent me the picture.
I told you, it looks like jizz on his egg sandwich.
It really does look like someone jizzed in it.
All right, go ahead. Cut to the middle of the podcast.
Cut to the middle of the podcast, and they are talking about like different ways they masturbated.
Oh,
and,
my
like when
God.
they're like a teen, you know, like when like your hormones are going crazy and you're horny all the time, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to run a few of the things that they did as a kid, or ideas that they had that are interesting. One of them is opening the top of your shampoo bottle and sticking your dick. Did you do that?
I tried. It wouldn't work. I did the old, we start at the beginning and then work it up to the full thing. And I got really scared that it got stuck, and so instantly the erection went away and it fell off. So shout out to God on that one.
That's exactly what Sam said, where it was just like, yes, I stuck it in, and then it got hard, and then it got stuck. So what he did was he tilted the bottle upwards to get the soap. To
Jesus!
Lube it up so that you pull it off.
No,
I was really scared that he's gonna like rip his dick off or something like that.
No, the funny thing is, me and Presley were talking about this like 2 weeks ago. I was telling her because she was like, "Well, what if we have another kid and it's a boy?" I was like, "Jesus fucking Christ, no!" She was whining. I was telling her, I was like, "Dude, I remember going through puberty." And I told her the shampoo story. She goes, "Why the fuck would you do that?" I don't know. Before you keep going, maybe I'll get this one. Have you ever went 13 to 15 feast? Has that person used shampoo as lubricant for masturbatory purposes?
No.
See, I did, and I got soap in the urethra. That was not fun.
No,
that was not fun at all.
I've gotten soap in my urethra just from washing my dick.
How hard you going at that motherfucker? Good Lord.
I will usually it's like I'll put a little bit on my hand, rub my hands together to get a little soapy, and then just kind of like
jerk off.
Jerk off while doing it. Yeah, so that's how I did it. And then like I would do the same thing to like wash my cheeks, you know, and then it hurt every time I would like take a shit or piss because like I still had like a little bit of that soapy stuff in there, and no, never again will I do that. I just stuck to those like little the actual like either baby wipes, because trust me, those things, they work wonders on cleaning. And so I would usually stick to those to just clean my private areas from now on.
I sure hope so. It has to clean up fucking shit from this innocent little bastard's ass cheeks.
It was, I can't do soap anymore. But the thing is, I was the classic, hand was good enough for me kind of guy.
I'm what you call a basic motherfucker.
I kept it classy and solo, no objects involved, at least within those years.
Well, one Jesus Christ. So one last thing. I don't know if you know this, but maybe you remember the human body's reaction to getting something in the urethra that burns when you piss. Do you know its natural reaction?
For me, it's to tense up and feel like get a cramp in my calves.
No. For me, my body was like, let's just keep pissing little bits, like little amount at a time so it could wash out. So when I got soap in there, it was like a fucking 30-minute ordeal of me begging. Like, it was like uncontrollable pissing in the shower. And I am begging whatever God there is to make it stop. Because it was just like dribble. Ah! Like,
you just got to work on those Kegel exercises, you know, just...
Kegel?
Kegel, I don't know.
Kegel's what fat people got. You should work on those too.
No, I see. I'm not very good with anatomy, so I mean, those two always sounded the same to me. So I was like, sure, I guess fat people and all people have that. I guess.
Yeah. Do the private area Kegel exercises. What?
Yeah.
On your feet. Don't do that.
No. Listen, everybody, listen. Just don't do that.
Don't. Feet don't belong there.
The thing I never understood about the shower as your little fleshlight going. Did you still use that to wash your hair? Because I mean, if you're jerking off into the...
I never like successfully did it. I did it, like I got it in there, and then like him, it became erect, and I was like, fuck. And then I got so scared it fell off.
Multiple times.
No. See, I learned from my mistake. I was like, dude, what if it gets stuck in there, like for real stuck, and then I have to go to the emergency room? Like, I'm 13 years old. I can't drive myself, so I have to explain to my mom what the fuck I did. That's not going to be good. And then I have to deal with probably, because knowing my luck, which is notoriously shit, it would be a smoking hot nurse and a male doctor who I know are out there giggling at me because I have a Head and Shoulders bottle around my small cock. So I quit.
You got to quit that habit early, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess for the people who have done it, and we're not shaming you or anything.
I
It's
am.
weird to us. Okay, he's shaming you.
Yeah.
Would you use that bottle? Because it probably still have shampoo in it. Would you use that bottle to wash your hair? Because if you're just putting jizz in your hair, right? Or pre-cum even.
Jesus Christ.
Like, that just sounds so gross to me. Like, that's why when they mentioned it, I was like, that's fucking disgusting. Why would you ever, like, would you use that to wash your hair again?
Let's take that next step, right? What if I told you there's a body secretion that is great for stretch marks, wrinkles, and keeping the skin young? What do you think it is?
Shit.
Nope, it's semen. So if anything, we're going to know who did it, because when we're all bald and old, someone's not going to have a wrinkly, liver-spotted fucking skull because this motherfucker used semen with his Head and Shoulders. Like, keep that in mind.
As an Asian, I just never age, apparently, going by the stereotypes of... Oh, let me see if I can find that picture of... There's a lady, like a grandma, in like... It was Korea or Vietnam. And like, she looks exactly like her daughter and her granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they all look like the exact same age. So I'm going to see if I can find that. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to ask you, the other thing that they mentioned was fucking the corner tiles.
Yeah. No.
No. Like you got to... Like they mentioned, like you got to do that thing where you take the head of the shower and like kind of warm up the area so you're not just sticking your dick onto a cold surface, and then you just get your belly and your dick right up there, and then like you're pretty much just humping the side of the wall.
No, I grew up with 3 brothers, a mom, and a dad. Well, by the time I was in, when I hit puberty, it was just 3 brothers and my mom. And me and my brother shared a bathroom. I would not imagine rubbing my fucking dick anywhere on that shower, considering 3 other people used it. No, thank you. You're gonna get athlete's foot on your fucking dick. Like, you're gonna get some weird fucking rash.
It's also the thing of tile wall. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta make sure none of those areas are sharp, or else you're getting a couple cuts on your dick. You know, interesting story to tell your future spouse about.
Yeah. Why do you have a scar on the bottom of your wiener? Well, no.
When I was a young boy, a teenage boy.
The only other weird thing I've done, or I did, was, there was a toilet paper roll, and I was like, fuck it, I could try that. Well, it didn't work dry for obvious reasons, so I was like, well, what if I just hop in the shower and get it wet? That didn't work either. It just completely disintegrated, and like cardboard went down the drain, and I was fucking begging no one would find it. I was just one of those people that was like shamefully horny. Like, just like, I gotta get this shit out of my body. What am I gonna do? Toilet paper roll. Okay. And then it disintegrates, and instantly, maybe it's just because of like how I was raised, I was like, what the fuck are other people gonna say when they find out that I'm like a weirdo? Like, what are they gonna, like, you jerk off with a toilet paper roll? Yeah. But apparently, I'm pretty normal. These motherfuckers just straight up jizzing in their shampoo. I'd rather take the toilet paper roll route.
Man, you must be a big fan of the "don't stick your dick in it" kind of Reddit.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Oh, I gotta find the Reddit too. I couldn't find the ageless grandma. Unfortunately, that has been lost in the cyberspace.
We talk about hot grandmas now.
It's like, don't stick your dick in it or something like that.
Sorry, I'm also looking.
Don't put your dick in that.
Yep.
Ew. So
Ew.
It's just a Reddit of just like different things that either look like an interesting, body part, or
I take it
like
you
that.
just saw the mango.
Saw the mango. I see a dog. I see
a Muppet.
Yeah, I don't know. And then bread, or the bread cutter. One of the two.
Oh my god. Okay, now I see what the purpose of this Reddit is. There's a rock with teeth. With a zipper.
It goes a little bit down. I think that's a pinky.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Doom.
a finger. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, sicko?
The glory kill animations is just you ripping his head off, and apparently someone took a screenshot right at the moment where he just got that little tear in there, so it kind of looks like a vagina.
Have you scrolled that? Yeah. Keep going. Go past the second incarnation of the mango, and it's the one after that.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Ugh.
No, sorry. When you mentioned like all the different devices and items you've used, I was just like, maybe Shu could look through this Reddit and be like, I've tried that, but
no, it instantly shame-filled me, and I was like, I don't want to get caught like this. Nope, I am destined for greatness, and it does not involve this.
There's some dude who used a flashlight.
Yep, I just put it in Discord. I just put it in Discord. There you go. There you go.
You gotta at our acquaintance, sir.
He's actually gonna try that. So what's worse, using semen to wash your hair or smoking it?
Smoking.
See?
I don't know. It might as well be like the. You haven't seen the South Park pandemic special, have you?
No, I need to.
I will. It's good, and I'm not a fan of South Park, but I watched that and it was pretty funny. This kind of reminds me of that. I'll put it that way. Another thing that they mentioned I want to bring to you is because we mentioned this in our Discord because we're just weird people like that.
Yep.
Vacuums.
No.
They did not try it. Okay, I will point that. They did not try it, but they have talked about it where it's like everybody who has thought about it in that podcast said they were afraid it would suck the skin right off your dick.
Yep. No, yeah. I'm with that. That was my exact reason as to why I would not do that.
And we agreed that you need a small nozzle because if it's too big, what happens?
Just rip off the whole package.
That like people from what they said as well is it'll suck your scrotum in as well, and then it could like cut your scrotum and cause major damage to your baby maker. So
imagine having. Oh, no way! No. Nope. I won't lie. It has crossed my mind, but I couldn't do it. I'd be so afraid that like all of a sudden my dick and balls are now just flying around in the vacuum, like in the center. And he's just like, what the fuck is that? I don't know, but I need to go to the ER. Like, just hunched over and shit. Like, please don't say anything. I gotta go. And then they try to reattach it, but there's so much dust and shit on it, they just gotta throw it away. So I'm just left with like, they amputate my like maybe like 2 fingers, and that's my wiener.
And now Shu is now a woman. he has lost his penis.
So
has to transition.
So when did you know you wanted to be a woman? About the time Mrs. Hoover sucked off my cock.
Well, do you own one of those vacuums where it's like the hose?
Yeah.
Yeah. We own one of those as well. And I've always, when I was a kid, I always looked at that as like, I can't. That'd be too weird, right? Like, it's gross in there. I use that thing to suck up spiders.
Yeah, that's. Let's dig into that thought, shall we? Let's say your vacuum's not up to par, and it has like just enough suction to take the spider out of sight, but not entirely enough to get it all the way through the hose. So you stick your wiener in, and all of a sudden you feel like a little scratchy feeling on your member. What do you do?
I chop it off. It's gone. I am now a female. I am getting rid of my dick if a spider anywhere gets near that. Either that, or I'm gonna try to jizz on that spider to shoot it back down.
I'm gonna reverse SpiderMan that motherfucker.
Like, our vacuum was like that because no one in our family for like the first 10 years of owning that knew how to clean it out. So it just got super like clogged up and stuff. So when we'd suck things up, and then eventually like we'd be cleaning a different area, and then something from like what we vacuumed like 2 minutes ago would just fall out. We're like, oh fuck. Yeah. So we didn't know how to clean the thing. Like now we do. So it's all clean now. We still own it. Actually, I think my aunt still has it. Anyway. But yeah. So I mean, it didn't have that much sucking power to begin with, but it was always one of those things where it's like, if I stick my dick in that, there's no turning back. Like, something bad is going to happen if I do this. So I was always one of those, I'm afraid to stick my dick in literally anything. Yeah, no. But, I mean, your thoughts on real life sex dolls and fleshlights?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
I mean, you're married, so it's different for you, I guess.
My whole thing is like the shame. Like for 99% of the time, I don't give a fuck what people think. Like I really don't. But I'm just imagining the scenario. Like let's say I did have one, and everything was still the same. Like me and Presley get like a divorce, let's say, and then instantly she has like the biggest nuke against my character that can ever be assembled. It's just like, this motherfucker didn't even want to fuck me. He wanted to fuck this rubber doll. like what's wrong with you? Like, basically,
it was for the both of us.
It's so we could try the threesome first. Like, I don't know, man. Public shame has done a lot for me in my 27 years of existence. So I'm just gonna keep riding with it. Like, look, whatever. Like I said, I don't give a shit about what anyone thinks, but yeah, I couldn't do it.
You don't want to be on that face of this guy was just put on blast for, instead of fucking his wife, fucks a doll kind of thing.
Yeah, the other thing was, now that get ready for therapy.
Yes.
So, my grandpa died. He was like my step grandpa, but cool dude. So he died, and we had to go through the 2 rooms in the house that were his, and we were going through it, and I opened up one of the drawers, and it was just nothing but like super like kinky sex toys. So like he had like one of those like goofy ass looking condoms. They call it the French tickler, but it's like a condom, but on the end it has like silicone
like brushes.
Yeah, it was like one of those, but it was obviously used, and it was used a long time ago because it was like no longer that like clearish yellow thing. It was like brown. And like,
why would you keep that?
We don't know. And like we found obviously, like, so background real quick. He grew up in like Central Texas during like the Great Depression. So, you know, you can picture that, like Texas early 1900s. Like he's going to be white, he's going to be straight, and if you're anything else, you're a fucking weirdo. So I guess that like followed him his whole entire life, because also in there we found obviously like a fucking plethora of Playboys. But we also found like an equal amount of Playgirls. Then we found Jesus.
Not all the way straight.
Yeah, worst case scenario, Grandpa Earl was a little bi.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But it was just, and then we found like a nightgown that my grandma like admitted, and like to the day she died admitted like it wasn't hers. She don't know where it came from. It was just like all this weird shit. So I guess that's what's just like, look, I don't want to own anything that weird, because if I die all of a sudden and then people have to go clean out my shit, oh Jesus Christ. Like, no thank you. I seen what that does. No way.
Yeah, going through my dad's stuff, we may have found a couple of things that I wish I never knew about. Such as in his closet, we may have found a fleshlight, and so it was one of those things where I didn't find it. My sister found it.
Oh Jesus!
Because they were cleaning out the stuff, and she picked up they come in like really nice like silky bags, and were not to be discreet or whatnot, even though it has a giant logo on it saying what it is.
I think that's the first thing. If you find a big silk bag in someone's closet, don't touch it. Don't fucking touch it.
It's either a fleshlight or it's gonna be some Crown Royale whiskey or something like that. Like, it's either or. Like, you can't get it in between with those.
I ain't touching it.
So went through, like, she found it. She didn't know what it was at first, because obviously, like, you know, she's a woman. Right?
Yeah.
She won't know exactly what that, until she opened it up, saw what it was, threw the cap back on, threw it in the bag, closed it, called my name, and said, "Here, you can have this." And I picked it up. And I've owned one before. I'm not gonna lie. I've had a fleshlight before. I picked it up, touched the bag where the fleshlight was, like felt it, and I knew exactly what it was. I was like, oh, and I just went straight outside and threw that thing in the trash. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, cleaning those things, hardest thing in the world. Like, you are like, if you're gonna reuse those, you really shouldn't. It should just be a one and done thing, because cleaning that thing is a bitch to do. I'm gonna be completely honest. Also, it gets really gross after a while. It's like, it's not worth it at all.
I'm imagining the world where people use fleshlights like one time use and then throw it away, like how most people talk about like plastic waste nowadays is how they talk. Like, it cuts to a scene of an ocean of just like a wave of like used fleshlights come crashing down on this beach, and there's like ducks and shit stuck in it. It's just like, oh my god.
The new species of vagina seagulls coming to you soon.
Just carrying it around, making nests out of it. Jesus Christ.
I'll speak a little bit on like my experience with owning, because I bought one while I was in Arizona, just because like I don't live with my parents anymore. Like, what are they gonna do about it if they find it? It doesn't really matter to me if I own one. Like, I'm still, you know, what was I, like 20, 19, roughly around that age, and I was like, you know what? There's nothing wrong with owning one of these. If someone finds out, I'm not really gonna care. So I bought one off of Amazon. Terrible idea. Do not, never buy sex toys from Amazon, because they are the worst thing ever. I'm going to tell you that right now. And so I tried it out, and it wasn't too bad. Like, it felt weird at first. It does not feel like a vagina at all. Also, it's cold, which is why they have the sleep warmer things.
Ew.
Even in Arizona, where like the room temperature is usually like somewhere between like 90 degrees, because it's always fucking hot there, it's still like 40 degrees lower. It's always like at a brisk like 40 degrees in that thing. So you'll stick your dick in it, instantly get chills because it is so cold, and then like you'll want to keep using it, because eventually it warms up, with your dick's temperature and everything like that. And so it feels nice. At the same time, it feels weird because like you're still just jerking off with your hand.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it just feels so weird. And then after that, like when you're done, for some reason for me, it's painful. It's painful when you finish, like right at the tip for some reason. I don't understand why. It only happens when I use the fleshlight. And then after that, it's like that walk of shame where if you pull this thing out now, all that semen's going to either fall on you or fall on the ground. If you flip it upside down, it's going to fall into the plastic tubing that it's in. So you've got to like hold your dick in there, hold it horizontal so it doesn't fall. You got to waddle to the bathroom, and then you got to pull the thing out, and then you got to like stick the top of it where your dick just was in onto the faucet and then turn on the water, and then you just see everything fall out, and it's so disgusting. Listen, if you really need to like jerk off, just use your hand. All right, like all these devices, like that, like girls. Well, not girls. I get fleshlights and everything like that. They don't appeal to your taste as much as your hand will appeal to whatever you want it to do, kind of thing.
It can be whoever you want.
It can be rough. It could be soft and sensual, or if you don't want to know that you're using your hand, numb it up a little. Just sit on your hand for a couple hours, numb it up, and then go at it, kind of thing. Not saying it's good for you. I'm not a doctor.
The stranger.
It's weird. I still own it. I brought it back because I forgot about it. Opened up a box, and now it's just sitting in my nightstand, and I was like, I want to throw it away, but at the same time, it's like I don't know if I got my money's worth out of it, and I don't know what to do with it. So maybe one day I'll use it. Just like, does a fleshlight work as a pistol silencer? Who knows? Like maybe I'll try that.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm not.
I'm not sticking my dick back in that thing. I'm gonna. It's too weird.
I won't lie. I would have committed a crime if I were you. I would have tossed that bitch out in the middle of the fucking desert. I would have been doing 80 down like I-70 or something and just never thought about it again. Some poor fucking hitchhiker comes across it just like, what the fuck? Oh, Jesus.
The thing is though, you can't do that because, again, the cleaning process, so difficult, you're not going to get everything out of it. And if you do, congratulations, you're a god. Because no matter how much I cleaned that thing, dried it out and everything, it still felt like moist and a little kind of like a slimy feel inside,
Good Lord. So
even after cleaning, I did it. I literally like took like paper towels, put it through one end, pulled it out the other, kind of magic trick thing. I did like whole
Is
like
this your card?
I did whole hand towels. I did like cotton swabs.
It just became part of it.
Q-tips, yeah. And then I tried a blow dryer. It makes a funny sound, but don't do it because it will ruin the inside. Apparently, I don't.
Where'd you get the blow dryer?
Like a hair dryer. Sorry.
Yeah, where'd you get it? Was it your sister?
I have one.
Oh, okay. I was about to be like, that poor woman doesn't even fucking know.
No, I like having a hair dryer just because I think it's nice to like after you jump out of the shower, it's cold. Hair dryer is nice to like warm up your head at least. And maybe other body parts, who knows?
I thought I was the sexual deviant. Boy, was I wrong. I'm over here with a goddamn shampoo bottle. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm over here with my hair dryers and flashlights going, ooh, wonder what this is going to feel like. No, it's not worth it. Use a hand, all right? Just use your hand. If you're gonna use someone else's, ask for consent. That kind of stuff. It's just weird. I brought this up not realizing we were talking about jerking off and masturbating for like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's life.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the weather, all of a sudden you just get to masturbation.
Oh yeah, a little bit of therapy in between. Talk about our dead relatives and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting.
Like I said, man, that experience will forever. Public shame. It does wonders for you. Turns into a semi-normal individual.
Yeah. Just interesting things that I never thought I knew about, you or say in public of, flashlights and all that. It was just an interesting thing to bring up, I guess, because I don't know. It's one of those things where one person said it, and then like I would hear it throughout the week from other people, like the vacuum thing from our Discord, and eventually I like heard like it in like a YouTube video talking about it. It was weird, and then it like moved on to like my podcast in the middle of work. Got a little chub. It was weird. I don't know.
Joke's on you. If you're getting a package in the next 2 days, probably should wear gloves.
Good to know. You too. I'll sneak into FedEx and draw a little dick on your chair for you.
It's in Salt Lake, so feel free.
All right. Well, I mean, an interesting start to our podcast, that's for sure.
Memorable. I can't wait. I can't wait to see if we hit the jackpot and get famous, and then like people are like, because it's always like those weird ass YouTube channels. Like once they get big, all of a sudden like their third most viewed video is their first one they ever made. I so badly want that to happen. Just be like, these fucking guys will go from talking about politics, but in their first episode they were talking about what they used to masturbate.
No, they talk about a bunch of weird things. Like one week it's like fantasy football, and then the next week they're talking about fucking these people and like their first times having sex. It was weird.
Oh, that's
That would be an interesting topic to get through.
Remind me next one.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to plug at the end of this to our 4+ viewers of what you got going on?
Nah.
Well, he's got a Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Shuby. He won't mention it, but I will. We don't normally plug ourselves in things, but it's one of those things where now that we've created it, we're allowed to do it, Shu. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess there we go. That's the only thing I would have plugged, and it's done.
Yeah, there you go. I don't really have anything going on other than this right now. Maybe one day I'll go back to streaming, but yeah. I guess that's it, huh?
Yeah.
You all have a great day.
Bye!